Welcome to the Experience of the Soul podcast with Cynthia Alice Anderson, a weekly show helping you grow, prosper, and evolve. Today, episode 346, Guarding Principles. And now, Experience of the Soul.
Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to the Experience of the Soul podcast. My name is Cynthia Alice Anderson. I'm the host. I'm also lovingly known as RCA, and I'm here today with my producer. I wanted to say my healing producer because he's been healing. He's had a bug, but Sean, nice to have you with us today as my
working through it.
Yeah,
Good to be here.
as my
Thank you.
support. Yeah,
Yes.
awesome.
So happy to be here as always. Welcome everybody to the Experience of the Soul podcast. This is episode 349. 349. Man, those 50 episodes went by really fast, didn't they?
I know. Well, yeah, as I told you, I just met up with Dave Crofty and I had such a fun time. I don't know if it's possible to put pictures in show notes, but we had a great breakfast as we always do. We meet real early in the morning because we're both usually up early. And I said to Dave, I know how long it's been since I've seen you because I haven't seen you since episode 300. That's way too long and very unusual for us, but
yeah, for me too. Because I used to see him on a very regular basis.
I know.
And I haven't. I also have not seen him since that episode. So we miss you, Dave.
We love you. We miss you.
I can pop the picture up. Probably not in show notes, but I can pop it up here on the screen for our YouTube viewers. We'll share that photo of you guys having breakfast this morning. So happy to be here with you all today. Today we were talking about guiding principles, which is really, asking ourselves a really difficult question of what do you really believe in? What do I really believe in? We're going to get into all of that here in just a moment. But first, as always, we want to do a couple of shout outs. We're shouting out to a download location today of Crawthorne Bracknell Forest, which is in Berkshire, England.
Yes. And friends across the pond, as we like to say. Bless you for listening. That looks like the sweetest town. And I wondered if it's Berkshire or Berkshire.
Oh,
I don't know. So our listeners there can correct us. I've been to England, but only one time. And what a gift it was. And blessings are, friends over there. And would love to know your faith journey. So if you have time to reach out and send us a text message, let us know. Like, do you attend that little Methodist church that's right there in town, that town of 7,000 people? That's so cool that we can know the town you're listening from. So thank you. And
do you ride the mini railroad often?
Well,
I'm fascinated by that.
It looks amazing. Low crime, very welcoming.
Lots of nature.
Lots of nature, and everybody knows that's important to both you and I, Sean. Yeah, when I travel, for me, it's about museums and nature. It's really not about buying things because I can buy things anywhere.
Right.
I want
even
to see
souvenirs from other places.
Yeah.
You just get them online now. You don't ever have to shop when you go anywhere. I'm like, I'll just go online and get my, Cleveland T-shirt or whatever.
Nothing like a Statue of Liberty clock. Yeah.
Right. Got all that stuff.
Yeah, but thank you,
awesome.
friends, for listening. And also our friend Kathy Overchuck, who we know is from Orlando. Kathy, bless you and thank you. You're always so loving and positive. And I have you to thank for our little tiger kitty. Kathy was really smart and showed a picture to my son before me of a cat that needed a home. And so we still have Tiger.
That is great. Kathy has been a huge supporter, I know, of you, but also of me and the performing that I've done on the outside, of Natalie and I. She's been such a huge supporter forever, like ever since we started performing here.
Yes.
So thank you, Kathy, so much for supporting the podcast, for supporting Cynthia Alice and all what we're doing here, and for all of the support that you put out there for the arts and for everything.
Yes.
You're such a beautiful soul. She really is just such a beautiful soul.
Inside and out. Yeah, inside and out, and her beautiful little puppy too.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to mention, Sean, you kind of made this as an aside, but I want to tell our listeners I'm going to do some cross promoting for Cordone and Kilgore. You
Oh, thank
guys
you.
do a lot of really fun stuff. I was just yesterday and today going through old pictures. It's amazing how many pictures I send my sister of food. But anyway, as I was looking through and I saw all those from your great Christmas concert, that I attended. So friends, if you haven't ever listened or checked out Sean and Natalie, or I guess your address is Cordone and Kilgore, right? On Instagram, Facebook. But find out about them because, they're very, very talented and they do travel and are happy to come to an area near you. And they have some great shows. So I really enjoy it. And I'm a musical snob. And you're two talented individuals. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so nice.
Yeah.
We'll be coming for Miami listeners. We'll be heading to Miami here in July of this year.
Right.
We have some Ohio gigs lined up for 2026. So,
good. Yeah. Well, and then I sent you that contact. I was hoping you could do something in Sarasota. That's a great little.
Yeah, definitely. We're exploring that.
So, yeah.
So hopefully some more things coming with that. But I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. With that, friends, let's get in to the episode here. This is episode 349 of the Experience of the Soul podcast, Guiding Principles.
Okay, friends, I'm going for it today because I feel, I'll be honest, I feel a little emotional about some of the things I want to say. And by emotional, I mean, I have a lot of strong feeling. I have tears in my eyes right now as I'm talking about this. Because I have seen some things on the news in the last few weeks that I find so disturbing. And I want to talk about a little bit about what I've seen and how I approach the world and how I view the world. So if you're brand new to the show or if you've been here a long time, I feel like this is a really important show for me because I'm just feeling really guided to speak out. Maybe it's different. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But in general, I don't speak about politics because I find that politics already are so divisive. And the reason I have chosen in my ministry to speak about spiritual principle is that my entire career, I have had people on both sides of the political aisle. I've had Republicans, I've had Democrats, I've had libertarians, I've had people that look like they just landed from Mars and probably have never, ever voted or anything. So I've had all those in my congregation, and I have found them all to be kind, generous people, gentle of spirit, very thoughtful. But I have to speak about some of the treatment I'm seeing of people, of Americans, of immigrants that I find very, very disturbing. And so if your feelings get hurt on that because, well, you voted for a candidate who's, ridding the world of, ridding the country of immigrants, I'm really fine if your feelings get hurt because I want you to I want you to be a spiritual grown up and think about, what do I really believe in? Because if we say we believe in love, we believe in peace, we believe in joy, we believe in acceptance and forgiveness, and we are okay with people being treated abusively, that we see people being treated as cattle and not people, that is a problem. Okay, that is a problem. That's what we call a disconnect. And so, and a lot of people right now say the end justifies the means. And I don't agree that the end justifies the means. I believe we are called to be loving, compassionate people. And so if you say you believe in love and then you support people, whoever they are, this is not just political, but it is very much speaks to our political landscape right now. If you say you believe in love and forgiveness and peace and joy, and you support a candidate, you support a way of thinking that treats people like this, you're out of alignment with yourself, not with me, with yourself. And so I think some of us are in denial about what we really think and feel. I think we're in denial about what we really believe. And I think that it is time that you choose to know where are you really, and just be that, and quit pretending that you love people and then allow these kinds of behaviors and even elect people that are doing these kinds of behaviors. So I feel very, very strongly that people are not meant to be treated the way we see things happening on the news right now, that people deserve kindness, they deserve love. And I'm concerned about our culture in general right now. I'm concerned that there seems to be saying one thing and doing another based on our compassion and on our love and on this walk we call, many of us call the Christian walk, what I would call. We are on this Christian walk, and we are seeking to do as Christ did. Christ said, love your enemies. Christ said, love those who persecute you, even. Christ said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. And so in my personal life, in my life that is in the world at large, I'm consistently moving into forgiveness. But I feel like there is a time to say, enough is enough, friends. And so it's like, where are you in your consciousness that you're okay with some of these things happening? I feel the same thing about racism. I feel the same thing about the harsh judgment of the LGBTQ community. I mean, let it go. And so I think the reason I wanted to do the talk today called Guiding Principles is I think we say words a lot, but as a culture, what we like more than our principles is money. And that seems to be the driving force in the US right now is money. And it is the love of money. It is the love of money over our humanity. It is love of money over honoring, people who, don't make a lot of money, that are struggling to get by. We seem to not care as a culture, about that. And how I know we don't care is by how we treat those who cannot help us, how we treat the homeless, how we treat those who are low income or might need some financial assistance. So I'm not what you call a quote unquote a bleeding heart liberal. What I am is a lover of humanity. And I think some of our policies have gone too far, with certain things. So, I mean, I just want to lift up, friends. Are you wanting to heal? Are you wanting to really know what you believe? Are you willing to see yourself? Are you going to hide behind a candidate or a party? Where are you in all of this? Because now is the time to choose. Now is the time to choose. Which team are you going to play with? The team that believes in love, in joy, in peace, in forgiveness, in acceptance, in collaboration, cooperation, respect, dignity, hope, joy. I mean, any of those things. Are you interested in healing what is under there that might be unconscious, that's causing you to do these things that are so out of alignment with what you say you believe? I'm so concerned about how we can be so opposite of what we say right now. I know this is a lot right out of the gate today, and I want you to just think, what is my guiding principle that's driving me every day? What is my guiding principle? What I think is so amazing is about how the psyche works is whatever is unconscious, in other words, what is unknown to us, is often what is driving us. In other words, we don't know what our motivation is for our behaviors, for our votes, for the way we walk through the world. One of the things that's a principle of mine, and I don't know if it has a word, but I see this a lot in late night comedy, like on SNL in particular. I've seen it on many late night comedy though, but that's late night comedy shows. That's one that's just so known throughout the U.S., Saturday Night Live. And I've noticed it in several comedians too. Dave Chappelle's another one that I cannot watch anymore because things that are sacred are used as punchlines. And there are certain things that I believe are sacred that I don't want to laugh at. And that's a principle of mine. And immigration and people being treated as cattle is one of them. For instance, the LA fires is another. I have seen comedians joking and people online joking about the LA fires. So one of my principles is I will not laugh at someone in pain or in need. That's one of my guiding principles. That I will not get some sick joy to get some attention to myself to make a joke about someone who is suffering. And that's what I see everywhere. And so I'm actually upset at how much I see it. And I'm in process with it, thinking, how do I work through this because of how much this is in the world? You know, so much of my life is in service to others, to their highest self, and studying spiritual principles and helping people live better lives. I'm trying to understand how someone can laugh at another's suffering. I just don't understand it. Now, it's one thing if you're, laughing at yourself. Well, you have every right to do that. That's you and that's yours and your own experience. So think about that, friends. I think that what I see with a lot of people, and I'll say a lot of Christians, they will say one thing publicly, they kind of dress up their principles publicly, and then in private raise all kinds of holy hell. So what, who are you really, friends? What do I really believe in? What do I really believe in? One of the things I know I believe in is second chances. I love giving people second chances. As a matter of fact, I give third and fourth chances. I'm learning how to give less chances. I'm learning how to have a boundary with people that take advantage. But man, I want to give somebody a second chance if they're trying to grow and they're trying to learn. So that's one of my guiding principles. One of my guiding principles is I forgive you, I release you, I let you go and move on. If you want to come back into my life, well, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. But forgiveness is a principle I live by. I'm not going to hold negativity against you, but I'm also not going to be in relationship if the patterns are destructive or abusive or mean or weird. That's one of my guiding principles. If it's unlike love, I don't want it in my life. If it's unlike trying to raise your vibration, I can't have it because my life is too full of so many good things. And for me to be able to help other people, that's what I have to surround myself with. So it's like, what do I believe in? I believe in forgiveness. I believe in supporting people suffering, not laughing at them. I believe that joy and being in the present moment is the key to happiness. I also believe helping others is part of my sacred mandate and call. So, what do you really believe in? I believe it's important to volunteer in the community where you live and work, to give back to society and not just take. This is a very thoughtful process I have been in, because I've said to myself, have I been vocal enough? And it's like, all I do is speak for joy and goodness and hope and love and peace and connection. But even Jesus at one point said, enough is enough, you know? So are we laughing at the things that are sacred? Are we allowing people and situations to dictate what we believe in, just going unconscious? I'll tell you one thing I unplugged from recently is there was a game I like to play on my phone, and it was a word game, and I love words, and I love the study of words, and I loved the challenge of it. I loved how it would improve my thinking and my brain. But then the ads that would come on this game were so inappropriate. The thoughts they were putting in my mind, I did not want to think. And I finally said, I've got to delete this game. I guess I have to go back to using a piece of paper and a book where I circle words or do a crossword, which, by the way, they do still sell those things. Probably be better not to look at a screen anyway. But I thought, what is anybody else doing? Are you putting down the phone? Are you deleting the game? Or are you just going, well, I'm going to deal with this? Because, I mean, I was doing that for a while. I was like, oh, I do not like this. I'm tired of these ads. And now they're getting over-sexualized ads. I'm like, why am I drawing these things on my phone? And I'm like, it's just how it is. And it's like, this is against the principle I believe in. I don't want to support a machine, a game, a consciousness that allows these thoughts to be put into our mind without our own choice. On Facebook, I'm constantly unfollowing because of the overt sexual nature of things. It's like sexuality is supposed to be godly and sacred and beautiful between adults that love each other, not forced in your face every minute of the day. So one of my principles is sexuality is sacred and should be treated as such. So friends, where are you in this? I really want to hear where you are. I'm seeking to find my way through, as people from all over the country in the US have reached out and are saying, how do I deal with this president? How I deal with these behaviors that people I know and love seem to be losing rights, or I seem to be losing rights. What do I do? And so I'd love to hear where you are with this, because what we want to do is bring, the light of God in and through this fear. We want to bring the light of God in and through this consciousness and raise up to a higher awareness above it all, but also asking, what is mine to do here and now? It's like, where is my energy going? Where are my dollars going? How am I investing in my culture? How am I investing in the leaders that are going to bring about the kind of change that I want, that is helpful, that is holy, that is good, that is sacred? And friends, I get it. It's hard to find. It's hard to find leaders who are doing the things I see spiritual people doing every day. I don't see it. And so might be time for some people to stand up and be a new leader, a new kind of leader. So what do you believe in? What are your guiding principles? Do you believe in love and acceptance? Do you really believe in division? Us and them? I found it so interesting that in my journey, I have always been supportive of other people and other cultures. I've traveled a lot. I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled to Europe. I've traveled to Central America, South America. I've traveled a lot. Been to Canada, of course, many times, and I've traveled a lot. And even in college, I was part of a supporting students from another country. I was a conversation partner with people from UAE, which of course stands for United Arab Emirates. I was a conversation partner for the English Language Institute. And what I found is that as much as I was taught there was an other, when I took time to get to know people as people, that there was a shared humanity among us. I find that today that several of my friends are Brazilian. Some are from Mexico. Some are from Puerto Rico, which of course Puerto Rico is Commonwealth, but it basically functions or feels like a completely other place. So even though it is a Commonwealth, it's a whole culture unto itself. And so people from Dominican Republic, Venezuela, I know people from all of those places, from UAE, And what I find is we all laugh, we all love, we all cry, we all want what's good for our families. We all want peace. And so, friends, what I'm hoping is, as I'm saying all this, you're saying to yourself, am I dividing people in my mind simply because of where they're from? Or am I, hating people simply because of what I heard, not from what I personally experienced? I want to just wake us up to the fact that we have this shared humanity that under God also makes us one. That there really is no other, friends. There is no other. And so ask yourself, what do I really believe in? I say I believe in love and connection, and then I harshly judge this whole group of people. Think about that. What do you really believe in? And see if you can bring these aspects of yourself, just like I'm having to do. Bring these aspects of yourself. Maybe it's judgment. Maybe it's fear. I want to bring that into the light of consciousness and say, Spirit, what is trying to come forward in and through me now? How am I separating myself from these groups or these leaders or these organizations? How am I not at peace within myself? Am I saying one thing and doing another, or am I moving into greater and greater awareness and acceptance and being able to see things from this higher consciousness, this light of God that we're asked to see in and through these physical situations? There's this passage in scripture, I'm trying to remember it, but it's like, I lift my eyes into the hills. It's like I'm raising my awareness, seeking to see above and over and even through some of these seeming differences and limits. What do you really believe in? When we can be honest, when we can really look at what is unconscious in us, it is a very sobering activity, because you see that we are walking paradoxes. We say we believe in one thing, but then our actions say something completely different. So I want you to think about, my friends, where are you in your walk? Where are you in your consciousness? Are you bringing peace and calm and joy and light and love and forgiveness? Or are you bringing division? Are you unconsciously bringing hatred and fear into the world? Where are you with this? Are your guiding principle, let me say it again, are your guiding principles really what you think they are? How is your faith informing what you think your principles are? What is the connection of your faith with how you're walking through the world? And you have to kind of start unwinding those unconscious beliefs, those unconscious thoughts. And I'll be honest, it's a lot of hard work. But for me, it's worth it, because as I wake up, I'm able to help more people. As I wake up, I'm able to see past limits. And friends, I want to assure you, my whole life, I have always had friends who are Democrats and Republicans. I've always had friends who are Baptists and Methodists and Unity people and nothing at all. I have always had friends and colleagues from other countries, other religious beliefs. But where we meet is that we love God and we love each other. And so I know it's always time for me to speak up. No matter what your political party, if people are being treated in hatred, if people are being treated like animals and not people, I say enough is enough. And that is from the highest spiritual place I know, that I believe we are created holy, we are created sacred, and we should be treated as such. I think every scripture that is out there, every indigenous culture that I know of, believes that we should all be treated with dignity and respect, because we are an aspect of our Creator. So my hope is that you will give some thought to, am I supporting or believing in people, individuals that are in alignment with that, or are they not in alignment with that? How am I living my principles, or the principles I say I believe, in the world? So my friend, as you do this important work, I'm going to be praying with and for you, because I know this is big soul work, and I know in the world right now you're being asked to choose, and I hope you choose well. I hope you choose God. I hope you choose love, connection, collaboration, and acceptance, and that you move away from fear, division, and hatred and move towards love. That's always my hope for you. So my friends, I'm so grateful that you joined us today. Again, Kathy Overchuck, thank you for listening and participating. And to our friends in Crowthorne, way over across the pond, bless you on your journey. And we are honored that you have joined us. So to all of you who are joining us today, we are honored and blessed that you're a part of the journey with us. We thank you for your financial support that keeps us on the air. And know we send you much love and many, many blessings and gratitude for your support. Blessings on the journey, my dear friends, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Experience of the Soul podcast with Cynthia Alice Anderson, helping you grow, prosper, and evolve. This podcast is made possible because of listeners and viewers just like you. If you would like to support the podcast with your tax-deductible contribution on an ongoing basis or through a one-time gift, head on over to experienceofthesoul.com/support. The Experience of the Soul podcast is copyright 2025 Cynthia Alice Anderson, all rights reserved, and is produced by Sean Kilgore.
A production of the Soulworks Group, Incorporated.
Hey friends, Sean here, your Experience of the Soul producer. I want to take a moment to tell you about something truly exciting. The Soulworks online community, created by your host, Cynthia Alice Anderson, and available on the Mighty Networks app. If you're looking for a place where you can explore your spiritual path, connect with others, and grow in a meaningful way, then this is for you. Soulworks is so much more than an online community. It's a safe, inclusive space for spiritual exploration, self-discovery, and personal transformation. Inside the community, you'll find everything from uplifting spiritual studies to soul-centered growth practices, meditations, affirmations, and so much more. It's a space where you'll always be supported and never judged. The best part, membership is free. You'll have access to powerful resources, inspiring content, and a supportive group of like-minded people who are all on their own unique spiritual journeys. And if you're ready to dive deeper, there are premium options available to enhance your experience with a live Monday night talk series and extended, deeper meditations. If you're seeking a place to connect, grow, and nurture your soul, we would love to have you join us in the Soulworks community and see where this journey can take you. Visit my.soulworkscommunity.com today.